I am rock, and I am from Switzerland. I couldn't speak English, but now it's my superpower. This is my story about how learning English helped me reach new heights in my life. Growing up in a small town, I loved to dream big. I wanted to travel the world and meet new people. But there was one problem. I didn't know English. Most of my friends spoke German or French. I felt left out when they talked about movies or songs in English. I wanted to join in, but I couldn't. One day I saw a flyer for an English class in our town. The teacher was friendly and had a big smile. I felt nervous but excited. I decided to sign up. I thought, if I learn English, I can finally share my dreams with others. The first day of class was hard. The teacher spoke quickly, and I struggled to understand. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of words, but I was determined. I practiced every day, repeating words and phrases until they felt right. Slowly, I began to improve. My classmates were kind and supportive. We helped each other with our homework. I made new friends who encouraged me to keep going. We laughed at our mistakes and celebrated our small victories. Learning together made the process fun and exciting. As I learned more, I started to feel more confident. I could introduce myself in English and ask simple questions. I remember the first time I ordered food in English at a restaurant. My heart raced, but I did it. The waiter smiled and understood me. That moment felt like a huge victory. One day, our teacher announced a school trip to an English-speaking country. I was thrilled. This was my chance to use my new skills. We would visit London, and I couldn't wait to see the famous sights. I practiced my English every day leading up to the trip. When we arrived in London, everything felt magical. The buildings were tall and the streets were bustling with people. I was nervous but excited to speak English. I used my skills to ask for directions and order food. Each time I spoke, I felt a little more like I belonged. On our second day, we visited a museum. I saw a beautiful painting that caught my eye. I wanted to know more about it, so I approached a guide. I asked him about the artist and the story behind the painting. To my surprise, he answered me in English, and I understood. That conversation opened my eyes. I realized that English was not just a subject in school. It was a tool that connected me to the world. I could learn about different cultures, make new friends, and explore new ideas. My dreams felt closer than ever. After the trip, I returned home with a newfound passion for English. I wanted to learn more. I started reading books and watching movies in English. I would pause and rewind when I didn't understand something. It was challenging, but I enjoyed every moment. I also joined an online forum where people from around the world chatted in English. I met friends from different countries, and we shared our stories. I learned about their cultures and traditions, and they learned about mine. It felt amazing to connect with others through language. As my English improved, I began to think about my future. I wanted to study abroad and experience life in another country. The thought excited me. I researched universities and programs that offered courses in English. I knew I had to work hard to make it happen. I applied to several universities, and after months of waiting, I received an acceptance letter. I was overjoyed. My hard work had paid off. I was going to study in an English-speaking country. It felt like a dream come true. Moving to a new country was both thrilling and scary. I arrived in a bustling city full of life. Everything was new, and I felt a rush of excitement. I quickly settled into my new home and started classes. The first few weeks were overwhelming, but I was determined to succeed. In class, I faced new challenges. The lectures were fast-paced, and sometimes I struggled to keep up, but I remembered my journey. I had come so far, and I wasn't going to give up now. I took notes, asked questions, and practiced speaking with my classmates. One day, my professor assigned a group project. I was nervous about working with others, but I knew this was a chance to practice my English. I teamed up with students from different backgrounds. We shared ideas and learned from each other. It was a wonderful experience that made me feel more confident. As the semester went on, I began to see improvements. I could express my thoughts clearly and participate in discussions. My classmates appreciated my unique perspective, and I felt like I belonged. English was no longer a barrier. It was my bridge to new opportunities. I also joined clubs and activities on campus. I met people who shared my interests, and we bonded over our passions. I made friends from all over the world, and we explored the city together. Each adventure was a chance to practice my English and learn more about different cultures. One evening, I attended an open mic night at a local cafe. I gathered the courage to share a poem I had written in English. As I stood in front of the audience, my heart raced. But when I finished, the applause filled the room. I felt proud of myself for taking that step. As the year came to an end, I reflected on my journey. I had transformed from a shy boy who couldn't speak English to someone who could confidently express himself. Learning English had opened doors I never thought possible. I felt like I could fly high. Now, I dream of traveling to even more countries. I want to meet people from all walks of life and share my story. English is my superpower, and I will use it to connect with the world. I am grateful for the challenges I faced because they made me stronger. In the years to come, I hope to inspire others who feel like I once did. Learning a new language can be tough, but it is worth it. With determination and practice, anyone can achieve their dreams. Just like I did, you can find your own superpower in language. As I look forward to the future, I know that my journey is just beginning. I will continue to learn and grow. I will embrace every opportunity that comes my way. English has given me wings, and I am ready to soar.